We here. Welcome to Agape Ms.PillowTalks. Welcome to Agape Ms.PillowTalks. I am your host, Katris Wright, here on iHeartRadio tonight. You all, we're going to have some family discussion. We're going to talk about some things concerning Florence, South Carolina.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a big fan here.
Yeah.
We're talking to Teresa Cain. Teresa Cain, she's
Awesome.
running for the House of Representatives,
Yes.
District 60.
District 60. That's absolutely right.
You guys, make sure you note that. Make sure you write it down as we discuss some different topics that's on her heart.
Yes.
Make sure you vote District 60.
District 60. Absolutely.
Teresa Cain. We're going to give her opportunity to really share with the audience just kind of a little bit about where did this begin? I mean, like, who would volunteer to run in the place of this office in 2020?
I know.
You are called for this.
I know. Let me tell you, girl. It has been an absolute phenomenal ride, shall I say.
Praise God.
I have I had no idea that I wanted to actually run.
Wow.
But I'm from Florence.
Okay.
And
how many years? Like all your life, but like, you know.
all of my life,
all your
basically. I
life.
left and moved away for about 7 years. Went to Georgia.
Okay.
Lived in Alpharetta, Georgia. Loved it there.
Okay.
But then my family was here in Florence.
Okay.
So when I came back home and I kind of viewed the way things are around here, I realized that, you know, there's nothing much that has changed.
Oh, wow.
There has been buildings remodeled or revamped, but the mindset of many of our people have not changed.
Wow.
And it was then that I was like, you know what, it is time to make a change. And you know what, I don't have the monies that a lot of people have, but you know what, I have faith.
You got
Because
faith.
it's time for a change, and if I can step out there
Yes.
to do it, anybody can. So I'm excited about it.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
am so excited because of the fact that a woman, you know, we women are strong.
We are.
And in making changes and making differences in lives, I think our opinion matters a lot. So that's another good reason why I'm like, you know what, it's
time for your voice.
It's time. It's time to be heard.
Well,
Yeah.
who would have thought, you know, a person, you know, that would just jump out there all of a sudden, because some people are raised up in the political world and different things like
Yes.
that, but you had a heart change.
Yes.
You met purpose. You decided, okay, if you want change, then you're going to have to be the one to step up. And so many people miss that because we
Absolutely.
expect God to change everything, and we
Yeah.
know He's with us.
Yes.
But guess what? He's given us, like you say, the strength.
That's right.
The wisdom. Yes, I do
Absolutely.
believe women have a lot of wisdom. And of course, I'm always standing behind my husband. So it's not like that, but it's about putting the attention
Absolutely.
on what is important.
Absolutely.
And that is you, Teresa Cain. God
Absolutely.
has called you
Yes.
a woman of God,
Yes.
a woman of strength,
Yes.
to stand up, because you got to have some strength
Yes.
to be able to
absolutely.
face these different
And
things.
you know, sometimes, you know, people ask, why did you run, or what made you decide?
Right.
But when you have a purpose and you know that that purpose is a discerning spirit from God,
Uh-oh.
you know, you
You're
don't
talking
know
my
the
language
reason
now.
why. You know, you don't know the reason why. It's like, I don't know why I'm running, but you know what? This is what God said to do,
Right.
and I'm going to do my best at doing it because I believe that if He's putting me in it,
Yeah.
He's going to take me through it.
Yes.
So I'm not afraid.
No,
I'm
ma'am.
excited about it. So whatever steps that I have to go to do what we have to do to get it done,
Yes.
hey, I'm ready.
Well, we are so glad that you're here tonight on
Yes.
iHeartRadio. Audience, I want you to make sure that you begin to research Teresa Cain on all platforms. So tell me a little bit about this seat that you're running from. What is the responsibilities? Tell me a little bit, because some of us don't know all these
Yes.
different seats.
Well, this is for the House of Representatives, seat number 60. My incumbent, he's been in this position for 12 years.
Okay.
Now, what this position actually does, the bills that we actually approve, and approved bills,
Okay.
we actually are on different committees that are in need for things that's going on around the city. So we
Okay.
actually, it's like, okay, it comes from one department, comes down to ours. Okay, we can say yes or no,
Oh,
whether
so
we want
you
to vote
look
on
at
this or not.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have an opportunity of viewing what is out there for the constituents.
Wow.
Think about it. We have so many um, businesses
Yes.
and entities and communities
Yes.
that are not getting what they deserve. Especially
It's off
in
the
rural
table.
areas. Yes, it's off the table. But
Wow.
if you have people in office, especially if they have the first choice of
Yes.
seeing what can be done in
Yes.
certain communities,
Yeah.
and they're not doing it for the minority and rural areas,
Wow,
that is a
that's
problem for me.
It is a
So
big
that is
problem.
one reason why I'm
You
like,
want to
thank
have your
God.
eyes on what's
Absolutely.
coming on the table.
So I can have my eyes on what is going on
Yeah.
the table, what is being viewed, and what is offered in our community, so that I can have a voice to say, you know what, I want this approved for this community.
Yes,
This is what this community needs. So
Yes.
I'm excited about it. Like I said, I'm overwhelmed
Yes.
because I believe that this, again, like I said before, is an ordinance by God.
Yes, I
This is
feel
just,
it.
you know,
I feel
so
it.
I'm
feel
excited
you.
about
I feel
it
you.
because you know when you're doing what He tells you to do, you know
that
you
grace
can't.
kicks in,
Yes,
don't it?
yes.
Wow, tell me about Florence, South Carolina, the community itself. I know you've talked a little bit about love thy neighbor. I talked to you a little bit about that, and you was giving me a little bit about what you meant by love thy neighbor.
Well, growing up in Florence County, in Florence, in South Carolina, let me back it up a little bit. I was born, well, my family was a large family from the grandparents, and we were taught to take care of one another. Not just one another, you take care of your neighbor.
So what they say, the community take care of each other.
Yes, you take care of each other.
Yeah.
And I believe that even as an adult, even if I'm not related to you, if I'm in one small city, and I see that this city needs something in a large, if I'm in a larger city, and I see that this smaller city is in need of something, my first thought process is, why isn't the larger community helping these smaller communities?
True.
They shouldn't have to go without when there's a neighbor right next door.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Yeah, right around the corner.
Yeah.
So I believe in helping one another.
Yeah.
Sometimes we have to take self out of the way and then think about others. And that is why I'm so excited, because now the constituents have an opportunity to say, you know what, I got somebody to back me up, and that's me.
Yes,
I'm going to back them up.
Taking self out of the way.
Taking self out of the way. And it's all about our constituents.
Yes. So, what do your family think about this? What are your friends? Let's kind of like talk a little. We're going to get back on the edge of everything else. I got some more questions. What your family saying?
Well, honestly, when I told my husband, because it was like a quick of the moment thing.
How long you been married?
This marriage is 10 years. 10 years, November 20th. Yes,
All right.
praise God.
Amen.
And it's a blessing. My husband's a pastor, and I'm a member, I'm a minister at our
Praise
church.
God
So
for the
we,
support.
you know, God just ordained this marriage together. Yeah. And but he was a little taken back, like, you in politics? I'm like, you know what? I told him, I said, you know, you think about it, back in the biblical times, they had laws. So this is not anything any different. You know what I mean? You had laws where you had to honor that mother, that father. You had laws. So this is no different. It's just in a different realm. Exactly. So, and you know, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. What is the difference? Now it's just a different era, a different time. So I told my husband, you know, if I had an opportunity to make a difference, I want to do that. I worked in finance for about 15 years, worked in banking, I loved it. And then my heart was like, you know what, I'm going to do something to make a difference for the community. So I went into school. So I started with education. And I have a master's degree in business administration and an undergrad in business management. So I decided, you know, I started career counseling business a couple of years ago, but I wanted to kind of do a little full broad. So I left banking and went to work in the school system. Now, oh my God, I promise you,
Talk about it.
It has been phenomenal for me. It's been an up and down, but phenomenal. And I say phenomenal because when you're able to reach a child and able to communicate with children that are less fortunate than you are or where you're from, that means so much to hear a child say, Ms. Cain, I appreciate you. You know, thank you for helping me. That means a lot. And then when the Lord gave me this discerning spirit to run for a higher office. Now I can't. It's not just a little small realm. God has expounded.
Come on,
You
new
know
territory
so
here.
now He has opened up the venues where we be able to help more people, and I am so excited.
Blessed to be a blessing.
Yes.
Blessed to be a blessing. And I thought about, I know since you're a woman of God, we're talking about the church a little bit. You know, I thought about Deborah when
Yes.
Deborah, that
Yes.
anointing, you
Yes.
know, that she carried, and I'm still studying it, so we don't talk too much about
Yes,
it.
yes.
But you know, she was a judge back in that time, you know, biblically, and it talks a little bit about her character and her strength and how they trusted her
Yes,
so much. And she nurtured.
Yes.
She nurtured. So it sounds like you got that nurturing
Yes.
heart. She got that nurturing
Yes,
heart.
most
She
definitely.
loved the kids. She talking about
Yes.
the school system. Let's
I love
talk
the
about the
kids.
school
I love
and
the
the
kids.
COVID-19.
Oh, man.
What's going on with the schools?
Well, our schools and our babies, they need more love and compassion more now than ever. Especially our children, our rural and our minority areas. And I say that because many of our children do not have access to internet. A lot of them do not have access to computers. A lot of them do not have access to working in virtual learning versus working on one-on-one.
Do the schools offer that this year?
Yes, we've been able to give them free access to internet, so that's a blessing. And also we provided them internet computers. However, the learning process itself in our small area of Timminsville, South Carolina, I teach at Timminsville High School and Johnson Middle School. In that small area itself, we have a lot of students that are still just trying to get acclimated to working virtually. Now you think about it. We work in an office and we're on a computer all day. Think about a child having to be on a computer all day long. So with this COVID-19, they're trying to adjust to virtual learning, trying to adjust to not having to cannot be able to go outside and play with their friends. So this is a lot for our babies. You know, it's a lot for our babies. But I'm thankful to God that we do offer face-to-face they need it. You know, so they are able to come into the schools to face-to-face and learn. So we're patiently working with them, and we're patiently trying to reassure them, give them some social emotional learning. You know, so we call them, we email them, or get on Google Classroom. Constantly, engage with them. Yes, and one of the things I love to do, I love to give them a motivational lesson for the day, a little small video. May it be on confidence, or may it be on inspiring, may it be on motivating themselves. So I try to give them something to look at, and then write me a small essay of tell me what you've learned.
That's beautiful.
I think that's important. It's important.
Callback.
Yes, callback. Yes. So that you keep their mind off of the negative energy with COVID. You know, so a lot of the students' parents have, are going through some things, and a lot of them have lost parents through death and family members. So it is important that we continue to make sure that they are emotional and social mentality.
Teresa Cain, what are some things that your heart's desire? What would help this race?
Well, first and foremost, prayer. And I say that because I'm just a small young lady that nobody knew of.
Wow.
So just trying to get my name out there and to have people to understand that my goal and my passion is with our communities, trying to make sure that they get cleansed water and infrastructure, working with our education department, focusing on our children, and making sure that our teachers are allocated the funds that they need to provide for our students, making sure that we're working with our small business entities that have lost or had to close down businesses because of COVID. I want to make sure that our healthcare and healthcare and education works one-on-one. So when I say our healthcare and education is one-on-one, I'm meaning that when we're speaking with our young girls and our young boys especially, and one of the most important things is to express to them the importance of their health and the importance of being safe and the importance of being protected. And healthcare plays a great role in that, because a lot of students, a lot of children do not know that there are sources and resources out there if they need some type of medical help. They don't know it's out there. So that's why I said it plays hand in hand. I am excited to be a part of Parent Planhood. And that program, they have so many different programs for our young children that they'll be able to get the resources that they need, you know, to prevent pregnancies and to prevent any kind of diseases that they may have. It's a beautiful program. And another thing I'm excited about is our women empowerment.
Tell me about that.
I love women. I love women. I trust women. And I say that with a heart because women we have been stigmatized so long. And we have been placed on the back burner for so long. And it's time now for we as women, especially women that are entrepreneurs, women that are in leadership, women have been through stuff. A lot of us have been through things. You know, and I always tell people, don't judge me by what I look like. Because I've been through some stuff.
You're my story.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a testimony.
Yes. And many of us women have a story. And that is what makes us strong. And that is what keeps us going on. And me having a story, I can relate to a person that has been a single mom. I can relate to getting up 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, taking care of my kids by myself, helping them with homework. I can relate to the norm of what's going on in this world today. So if you would ask me why you should vote for Teresa Cain, because I've been there.
I like that little tag. Why would you vote for Teresa Cain? Because she been there.
I've been there. I understand. I understand what it is to go lacking. I understand what it is to have a job. I know where I came from. And I think a lot of times that women that are empowered, it's a beautiful thing because we encourage one another.
We have to.
And we have to continue to encourage one another. So, you know, I'm excited also that I was endorsed by Care in Action program. And that's it's outside of Columbia. And one great thing about that program is that they help to protect our domestic women, women that are domestic, that work in the housing, and you know they have a say so too. You know, and I admire them because they are strong. And you know, I think eventually in time, you know, it's going to have to come to a point where people will have to realize that, you know, women are valuable. You know, we are the backbone of so much. I tease people a lot because, you know, my husband, like I said, he's a pastor. And I can suggest something to him, and the next thing I know, he'll say it at church. And I said to myself, that was mine. I got it for me. You know, so, but you know, if you ask why I vote for Teresa Cain, because just say that I care about you.
Wow, she cares about you. Florence, South Carolina.
Florence, South Carolina.
Yes, this is your time, Florence, South Carolina, to you know, put your vote in, like they say, let it count. You know,
let it count.
So sometimes, you know, I can be honest. I've been young, and I've been looking at that you know, who to vote in certain names. You know, I wouldn't even know. But when you see Teresa Cain, you can say that you've heard her story, that you heard her heart, that you understand what she values, and that she's been there.
And if I could say one more thing, I want to tell our constituents to research your candidates. You know, we have wonderful, wonderful people running. Many of our Democratic Party, all of them are awesome. But research all candidates. And I want you all to remember to change your mindset. If anything is to change in Florence County, in South Carolina, we have to change our mindset. We have to change our mindset in thinking that we want more than what we have. And if we don't work together, we won't be able to accomplish these goals. And I'm a firm believer that together we stand, and divided we will fall. So in leading you with that, I'm going to repeat this, the state seal. I love it.
Go ahead.
The state seal is Dum Spiro, Spiro, and it says, where I breathe, I hope. And I do believe that there's hope for Florence County. I'm going to fight for that hope for Florence County. Vote for Teresa M. Cain. I'm all about you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight on iHeartRadio. We appreciate you for tuning in every Sunday night at 9 p.m. And you just heard from Ms. Teresa Cain, Florence, South Carolina. She's voting for House of Representative number 60.
Yes.
All right. You all stay blessed and tune in. Make sure you follow, like, and vote. We appreciate you all. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
you.